Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday, Queen. How are you today?
I'm singing this morning, apparently.
Good
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
morning. Yes, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Let's see here. Good morning, Miss Monica. Thank you for popping on this morning. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Queens. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday to you.
Yes, peace and blessings, Sister Queens. Thank you for jumping on.
Yes, yes.
Um, I can't see that one. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Deja. I see you in the chat here.
Good morning, Deja. Grand Rising CEOs. Good morning.
It feels like a CEO morning.
Hey, busy, busy, busy.
I'll take it. I'd rather be booked than busy.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I think we should go ahead and kick things off because we have a special guest host on with us today, and I just want to make sure we give her plenty of time to chat and just come in and drop the gems. All our guest hosts have been so amazing. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get this thing kicked off. So welcome in everyone. Welcome into our kings and queens to Tips and Tea Live, where it's a teacher and I, and in loving memory of Nikki Taylor, we came together to just share our personal stories of what we've been through, whether it's financial messes or wins, mindset, how we had to steward through with faith, just different things that we've learned along the way and over the years. And we also tied in with some of the things that we do in our financial consultation business as well. So we just like to come in and bring that information to you all. So maybe you can maybe not have as many messes as we did, right? See,
Right? Okay.
maybe it won't be so bad, but definitely just want to utilize this platform to be of help, right? So again, we focus on faith here, finances, wellness, and wisdom. And we're coming together to build this legacy with all of you because even here in our audience, you all bring so many gems to the live and so much purpose to it as well. So today's
Yes.
conversation will be powerful and personal because we're going to be
Mm,
talking about faith and stewardship, meaning we're going to be honoring our body through nutrition. And because, caring about your health is not vanity, right? It's about stewardship, and we got to refocus that. So, drop a green heart in the chat if you're ready to grow spiritually, physically, and financially.
yes, definitely. Go ahead and drop those hearts in the chat. Let me see.
I'm back.
You back. Back and better than ever.
I said it. Simba was, he's been acting up today, the last few days.
If it's not Simba, it's Quincy.
I know we should just bring them on the live.
Might
Just
as
bring
well,
them on.
Queen. Well, this morning, we are definitely honored to have this phenomenal queen with us. She is incredible and very resilient. We are pleased to welcome Miss Sherry Landrum. She is a woman of God, a wife, a mother, business owner, proud member of Queens in Prayer, number one best-selling author, a full-time college student studying health, science, and psychology. She is based out of Arkansas, and she balances school, entrepreneurship, and family life alongside her husband, who serves in the United States military while courageously battling multiple sclerosis. And as a mother to children with special needs, including a son diagnosed with neurological disorder, Sherry's journey has been shaped by resilience, faith, and advocacy. Living in a household impacted by chronic illness has deepened her passion for understanding the mind body connection and supporting families navigating complex medical challenges. She is actively serves in her church and community with a heart of helping others. And whether offering encouragement, advocacy, or nourishing meals to those in need, Sherry believes in turning pain into purpose and using every season of life to uplift and strengthen others. Queens and kings, please help us welcome Miss Sherry Landrum. Good morning.
Hey,
Good
welcome, Queen.
morning. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that awesome introduction.
Oh, no, no problem, Queen. You deserve every single word of it. You are awesome and amazing, and we just want everyone to know that. And we are honored to have you here with us this morning.
Well, I am honored to be here. I am so blessed that y'all asked me to do this and didn't know I was going to need tissue in the beginning because I seeing the videos of our sister Nikki, it just brings back so many memories. So,
Yes, Queen. Yes, it does. She is definitely missed. And she was a very
Absolutely.
pivotal part of Tips and Tea.
Yeah, she's always here with us, and we just see so much of her in all of us, right? Because she's impacted so much of the team. So
mhm.
it's just definitely a beautiful blessing that her spirit still lives on here with us, especially during the lives and when we are able to connect with Nay and her family.
Oh
It's just amazing,
yeah.
and it's gonna be a whole family reunion coming up pretty
Hey,
soon. Yeah, so just very excited about that as well. But Miss Sherry, we just want to say thank you again for jumping on the live. Did you like to just, any words that you want to share as, your why? Why did you decide to get into the nutrition space and really focus in on not only, health wise with the wellness, but financially, you jump into so many different spheres when it comes to overall health and wellness with faith, health, and financial. So can you just kind of share with our audience your why you jumped into that space?
Well, I have several Ys. Also, I have a Simba too, and he acts up. So if y'all hear a big beast, um,
He has big symbol. I have a little symbol.
he was big. But I have several whys. Honestly, my journey started years ago. When, and this is crazy, like just thinking about it, I had pulled into the grocery store and there weren't any close up spaces. Now, I had gained quite a bit of weight with one of my children, and it was really, for some reason, really hard to just get that off. And so I get in the parking space, get out, and walk to the door out of breath. And that moment, I was like, this cannot be, what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. There's absolutely no way. And so that was when my journey started, and I did a lot of research. I cooked a lot of different foods, did a lot of different protein shakes, just things that that I would try to find out that would work or not. And um, I eventually lost 112 pounds total. Um, and I was working out a lot. And eating healthy, but not to the point where, because a lot of times when people are like, well, number one, is expensive to eat healthy, and number two, it's like there's not a lot of good things that you can eat and it doesn't taste very good, but that's not true. And when we're talking about health in general, right? Um, my why was number one, myself,
mhm.
the way that I felt. And number two, I have children, and a lot to live for. And God put us on this earth to enjoy all the things that He's created. And I had to look at it from that perspective. Like, I cannot keep doing this because God wants me here for a reason. I wake up every single day for a reason, and I have to steward my body well. And stewarding your body well, you also have to steward everything else well, like your finances and things like that, like how you were talking earlier. So I have a lot of different whys.
Well, Queen, that is amazing. And I mean, it all starts with ourselves. And you wanted to start with yourself so that way you could be there for your family, so you could serve God. And Sherry, what does it mean, or what does it truly mean to treat our bodies as temples in everyday life?
Ooh, that's everyday stuff. Like getting adequate sleep. Gotta have adequate sleep. I cannot scream that to the rooftops enough because in during sleep, your body is literally repairing itself. It's resting and it's repairing. R
Hmm.
and R, resting and repairing. So you have to think about that. I've got to get sleep because my body has to rest. It has to repair itself. There are things that need to be restored from whatever you did that day because we're always on the go, go, go. I know a lot of us are on the go, 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 go. And so sleep, sleep, sleep. I can't stress it enough. Water, water, water. Definitely water. Um, and also managing your stress. You have to manage your stress. And I know a lot of us like, listen, I'm queen of like, let me try to manage this stress because like you said earlier, I have a lot of stuff going on in the home. Um, but you got to manage that stress because if you don't manage it, you're not going to be able to sleep well. And you're not going to be able to think well. Um, and you're also going to have those intrusive thoughts. So that's the other thing. Like when you're stressed out and you're tired, you start getting these kind of abusing thoughts in your mind. And you got to take those thoughts captive, pray over them, toss them out, because your brain is literally, oh my goodness, I've learned a lot about the brain with my son having FND. And your brain, you literally are what you think.
Right?
You
You can be your own worst enemy sometimes, right?
Oh, yes,
So
definitely.
honestly, and think about it too. Our body, just say our body, like my body belongs to God because it
Mhm.
does. Your body is a temple. You got to rest. You got to eat well. How you treat your body matters. So it's not perfection. We're not striving for perfection. It's intention. You have to be intentional, and it's obedience. We got to be obedient.
Yes,
Which is
ma'am.
really hard, especially when that Portillo's chocolate cake is calling my name. But the good thing is, I'm nowhere near
Mhm.
Portillo's, so it has not been a problem lately. But when I go back to Chicago in June,
Mm.
somebody don't let me near the Portillo's. I don't need anybody.
It's okay
It's
to
been
treat yourself.
it's been literally a year now since I had
Ooh.
the chocolate cake. So
Okay.
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. And it's funny that you were mentioning sleep because the teacher and I were just talking about
Yeah.
how much time we have in a day. We was like, Lord, give us more time. But we literally just had a real conversation right before we came on the live and was more hours. The problem is we would just pile on more things,
Mhm.
pile on,
That
fill
is
up
so
those
true.
hours that he gave us. So again, like you mentioned, intention, right? We have enough
Mhm.
time in the day. We just have to realize sometimes everything doesn't have to be done in that particular day.
Right.
Everything is not high priority.
Mhm.
So again, it's moving with intention and trying to figure out, okay, what needs my attention right now? What
Mm.
can wait? Not everything is on fire right
And
this second.
people can wait too. There's I mean, because we feel like we have to because we're in such a go 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 society and where everything is, DoorDash, like everything is quick. Um
Right.
People want us to answer quickly. And a lot of times for your mental space, you just don't have to do that every time. Some people can wait, things can wait. And that is really important for your mental health.
That is so true. That is so, so true.
Absolutely. Well, I do have another question, and just a reminder to the audience: if you guys do have any questions for Sherry, you can go ahead and start dropping them in the chat, and then we'll take a look and be able to ask them why Sherry has some space and some time for right now. But Sherry, I know you're studying like health science and psychology right now. Can you share how nutrition affects mental clarity and your stress and your emotional health?
Ooh, yes. Okay. So food affects everything. Everything. Like your blood sugar crashes can look like anxiety. And just for just, just for tips and tea lives sake, I am not a doctor. I should have said that from the front. People
You're a
do.
mom. You're
It is
Yeah,
hilarious.
look at
People
it
call
right there. We are the doctors, the therapists, the chauffeurs.
that's
it
so
is the truth.
people call me Dr. Landrum all the time, and I'm like, okay, maybe doctor with a little D. Like that's what my best friend says, little D. Just because I'm like, I don't want anybody to, not making claims to anything. But yes, food does affect everything. Like blood sugar crashes can look like anxiety, like I was saying. Whenever you have nutrient deficiencies, it can look like depression. When you stabilize your meals, like your proteins and your healthy fats, and then your mood stabilizes too. And try that if you want to. Like seriously, do a test on it. I promise you, it'll work. It's all connected. It is all connected. Food does affect everything.
That is so
Absolutely.
true.
Yeah, I
And there's
noticed
so
even I was vitamin D deficient, right?
Mhm.
Literally, the doctor put me on some supplements just for a short time, but just that short time of being on the vitamin D with the calcium and the K2, wow, it's like the light turned on.
Yes, and that is really important. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of times when people are vitamin deficient, big things can happen in your body, literally, like
Mhm.
seizures and different autoimmune disorders, like just the different things that you can feel, like, oh, my body feels like it's about to crash, literally. And it could be something as simple as a vitamin D deficiency. It doesn't even have to be a big, large diagnosis of some kind, which some professionals will kind of make it seem that way, but um, vitamin D is very important. So when you're doing vitamin D, definitely do the D3K2 and then step out into the sun for about 10 or 15 minutes because it like kind of helps activate it, if you will. But
Mm,
it does help. It for better absorption.
that's
No,
awesome.
absolutely. So I would definitely say, like, if you're living in one of those cities right now, especially if you're on the East Coast or you're in the Midwest where it's winter and it's still getting dark at 5 o'clock in the evening, where you can't
Mhm.
get the sun exposure, right? Because it's still kind of cloudy. You might
Yeah.
get some touches here and there throughout the week, but then the vitamins might be necessary, right? You might have to take those supplement because you can't absorb typically like the vitamin D on its own. You need the
Yeah.
calcium and the K2 to help you absorb it. But if you are in the sunnier weather, like if you're down south in Texas or in Georgia, even on the West Coast, then you might not have to take the supplement. Like Sherry said, you can just step outside. Like, hello, sun, I am here.
Yeah. Yeah. And sun is important. They say, don't stay out in the sun for a very long time because you could get cancers and things like that. But actually, the sun is really important. And it's about times too. So if you can get out between the hours of 10 and 11, right? 10 and 11 is like kind of a peak time. If the sun is out and you can get out between 10 and 11 just for 10 to 15 minutes, that sun is better on your body. I know that sounds crazy.
No, it doesn't. I mean, what you're saying actually makes a lot of sense because like Chantella was saying, like if you're in an area where there is not a lot of sun, you always hear about people being depressed during the winter time and things like that because you're indoors all the time. You don't really get a lot of sunlight. And that vitamin D, you definitely need that. I had a vitamin D deficiency not too long ago and I had to take some supplements. So I definitely understand that. And it makes sense that what we put into our body affects our mood and our health.
Yeah.
What do you think some simple food choices to improve your mood, energy, and focus would be?
Ooh, okay. So, protein
Mhm.
first. I learned that the hard way. Protein first, always. Add some greens. And definitely one of my number one things, and I think we talked about this last night. And shout out to Miss Monica Brown because she actually sent me something and said, "Hey, is this real?" Um, water before coffee. I know there's a lot of coffee drinkers out there. A lot of coffee has some acidic. She's looking at somebody, but coffee is acidic. Acidic things are really hard on your tummy when you first wake up. So, like when you first wake up, the best thing to do to get your body going is a warm cup of water and squeeze some lemon in it and just drink it. You don't have to. Some people put baking soda, like a teaspoon,
Mhm.
and it'll fizz a little bit, and then you want to drink it after that. But you do not have to put that baking soda in there. But a small, like a 8 ounce cup of water, squeeze some lemon, and drink it. Make sure it's just a little tad bit warm, and I'm telling you, stuff is gonna start moving.
She
But
says, "Start
yeah,
moving."
that alone, and always do that before coffee. Always do that before coffee. Water before coffee, um, and at least 1 cup. And then cut back on sugars, and definitely try to stay away from processed foods. Processed foods have a lot of toxins in them, heavy metals, parasites. And parasites can cause a lot of damage in your body too. Oh, sorry, there's my cat. Um, but that, and then, cutting back on sugar, that alone can change so much about the health of your body and the wellness of it. So,
Oh, absolutely. And we do have a comment from the audience here. We have Miss Michelle Ramos. She said, yes. She says she remembers when she ate chicken fingers and fries at work after reducing her carbs for several months. And after eating it, it made her feel sad and heavy. Has that
Mm.
happened to anyone else? I would
that's
definitely say yes.
that's why we do not eat fast food.
Wow.
If you take, I like to. This is so funny because years ago I would say they snuck the S in there in fast food.
They snuck the sad into fast food. Is that what you said, Sherry?
They snuck the S into fast food.
Oh no. No. Yeah, the fast actually makes you move slower. Isn't that funny?
That's true. That's very true.
It
And now that
does.
you say that, I mean, sometimes when you do eat certain things, you do feel kind of sluggish or, you get sleepy and tired. And there's some foods that you can take or not take necessarily, but eat, and it gives you a little bit of energy. So that does make perfect sense.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, Sherry, let me ask you this because, I know you're dealing with, as you mentioned earlier in the live, that, your household has been impacted a lot with some chronic illnesses. And a lot of people don't think of it this way, right? Where, nutrition and what you're making for your family is a form of love. I know even for myself personally, I don't like to really cook. That is not my thing, but I do it because I want my family to be healthy, right? We don't eat, I don't fry foods in our house. So much so, it's been so many years that even when Aziz or Tran, my daughter and my husband try to go back and eat fast food or like fried food like that, they're like, they don't have the taste for it. Matter of fact, sometimes it even makes them feel sick after eating it
Yes.
because they've gone so long
Mm.
without eating it, right? It's kind of like pork and bacon, right? You don't eat pork for a long time, you try to eat it, it makes you sick. So, you
Hmm.
know, when it comes to that, how do you relate that as as love and care in relation to your family? Like, how did you make that shift?
So I love to cook. That's one of my things. I know a lot of people don't, but in our house, food is love and food is care. I love doing that. I love making meals for other people. I'll even take them to their house just because I like to do it that much. But when you have a child that's battling a neurological illness,
Mhm.
in his brain, and then you have a husband who's battling MS, it's everything matters. So when you're looking at their plate, you want to intentionally say, I want what is on their plate that is going into their body to fuel them, not to, like Michelle said, like you feel sad and depressed after you ate the fries and nuggets. I want this to be their fuel. I want it to, it's almost, I like to kind of compare it to a vehicle. We are very good about taking our vehicle and getting the oil changed when the oil needs changed. Your vehicle cannot go anywhere unless it has gas in it. So I like to say that good food is our fuel. So that's what fuels our body, what fuels our mind, and everything that goes onto their plates matter. I don't have an issue with my daughter with that because she is like the healthiest eater. She doesn't eat sweets. She doesn't like candy. I love that. But cooking intentionally became one of the ways that I've been able to advocate for my family's health. So that would be an answer to that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because even when you put bad gas in your car, the car starts having all type of issues,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
Literally, if you bad gas, that is so bad.
So bad.
That is bad.
We definitely need some good fuel. Definitely. I'm glad you said that your daughter likes eating healthy and you look at the food as a way of showing love to your family and giving them what they need. Both of you all have said that because I myself, I'm not a big homemade cooker or, meal prep, but I definitely do like to enjoy a nice balanced meal. I do personally love vegetables. Can't get enough of them. And being that you have a very busy household and you do have these medical issues and things to navigate you or that you have to navigate, what advice would you give families that are dealing with challenges like this and feel overwhelmed?
Ooh, I've been there, overwhelmed.
Oh,
So
yes, Queen. I think we all
yeah,
have. Yes.
yeah. Don't try to overhaul everything. Just pick one, even if you can just pick one small habit when it comes to health, your food and your health. If you can pick one small habit and just build from there, because that's literally what I had to do years ago. And give yourself grace because we're all gonna fall off because I
Yeah.
fell off plenty of times. But give yourself grace. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. I think a lot of people overthink healthy eating and recipes, and I would say don't overthink it. It's super easy. I literally love showing people how. I love creating meal plans. I love creating grocery item for people. And yeah, and give yourself grace. Like you're really doing better than you think you are.
Absolutely. And when you really think about it, for every junk food that you love, there's a healthy alternative out there that's actually really pretty good, right? I love
Mhm.
Reese's peanut butter cups. I will say that that was my go-to. Loved it. And then I was talking to Sherry about it, just like she did Satisha with the Starbucks. Everybody, Sherry was
Oh,
the one who gets the teacher off Starbucks. So shout out to you and
yes.
Sherry.
Yes, definitely. I definitely appreciate that, Queen, because Sherry was sending me videos, giving me information. And not only was she sharing the videos, but she was also letting me know, telling me what I could use to create the same drink that I love. So, and it was a healthy alternative. So that was a win-win. Shout out to you, Sherry.
Oh, thank
Definitely
you.
appreciate you, Queen.
Yes, and she also shared with me the Reese's peanut butter alternative. Although I have not made them because I do not bake. This is a, this is a whole thing in our QIP group. I will cook, right? I will cook. I will braise. I will Dutch oven some stuff. But I don't do the baked goods. However, I have a sister-in-law who wears the baker's hat, so I'm pretty sure if I come with her with the recipe, she has my back. So shout out to my sister-in-law, Miss Brianna. I will be coming to see you in June, sissy. So get ready.
Well, there's also a really simple recipe for Snickers too. So
Oh, don't even tell me that. No, no.
Ooh, Snickers. I
super,
love
super
Snickers.
simple, super healthy.
Yeah, I
Wow.
saw one video of a young lady making like caramel syrup out of dates.
Yes, yeah,
That
and
would be
yeah.
a great alternative.
Hmm.
Yeah. And dates are much healthier for you. So there's
Oh,
definitely some really good tasting options out there for you. And it's really we have no excuse anymore between YouTube, Google, even Chat GPT.
true,
Oh,
true.
yeah, definitely. You can
We'll
get you
come
some
up
good
with a whole
recipes.
meal plan for you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know Sherry has no problem if you reach out to her directly with giving you some alternatives, right? With some healthier food options. So Sherry's definitely gonna drop her information here in the chat that you all can get in contact with her. If you have any questions about wellness, nutrition, She is partnered with, you're still partnered with Live Good, right, Sherry? Where
Yes.
they have
Yeah.
a lot of the alternative, like the mushroom coffees and things like that. That's some really good healthy supplements and alternatives as well too. But to kind of bring it back to like wellness and as you having a busy life balance, you balance in school, you balance in family, ministry, business. How do you maintain the healthy eating habits with everything that you have going on with this full schedule? Like, how do you find time to
Mm.
meal prep and do all these healthy alternatives versus just running through the drive-through?
So I do plan, because if I don't plan, life plans for me.
Mhm.
Um, just remember that. But I really keep meals simple. I know I like post. I love food. I love food photos, and I'll post food photos like on my Facebook and stuff. And they look really complicated, but they're not. Like they're super simple meals. Um, you can batch cook like your protein, and which is what I do. Like batch cook protein, but then you can use it for different like various other meals, right?
Hmm.
And just keep it basic. I mean, I just keep it basic, and I pick a day, which is typically on Sunday. So we go to church and we do, and we serve at the church and all that. We'll go get whatever groceries or whatever we need, and typically on Sundays, I will allot at least a couple hours because I know everybody has 2 hours. I know that all of us have at least 2 hours. Keep it basic. Uh, Meal prep and do now I will say this, I would do the glass meal prep containers because they're number one, they're glass, they're not plastic. We have to stay away from the microplastics because they can cause cancer when they attach to different parts of our body on the inside. So glass, um, glass meal prep containers, you can put them, they are literally oven safe, or if you have an air fryer or anything like that, those are safe for that. You can't just put plastic in anything. So uh, the glass meal prep containers, but you can prep, I mean, at least 3 days in advance. At least give it a good 3 days. That way you can just get in your refrigerator, grab it, and go. Like if you have to go to work, if you have to go, even if you're going to the park or whatever, like just grab it and go. And it's, I mean, it's affordable and it's healthier. Just keep
Yeah,
it
because
basic.
Definitely.
think about how much money you guys that we're spending on takeout food, right?
Yes.
When you can
Yep.
cook at home and then that can last you the whole week. So we say that it's more expensive, like you mentioned, Sherry, to eat healthy, but is it really? Because how much money are you spending on Uber Eats, going out to restaurants?
Hmm.
Like really add it up and compare it to what it would cost you. Because when you buy the veggies, typically when you buy veggies, you're using that veggies a couple times
Hmm.
throughout the week. It's not just for one meal. So
Yep. And
that was some
also,
share. Thank you.
I
Go
would
ahead.
like to say, I would like to say a pro tip that I have found very useful and helpful is, I know we were talking about finances, right? And saving money. So ways that you can save money. So like I said, you know how they say not all money is good money?
Yes.
Not all water is good water.
Mm.
So a lot of these plastic water bottles have the nanoplastics in them. I'm very big on please don't drink out of the bottled water. You could do something as simple and save yourself a ton of money as go get one of those zero water filters. I have a Conga machine. They are pricey, but they are well worth it and they last forever. And you can take them anywhere you want to. Um, but if you can't get a Conga machine, go get a zero water filter system. You can get them at like Sam's, Walmart, Lowe's, and put your water in there, and it literally takes out all the heavy metals and plastics and things like that, that you would otherwise be drinking out of bottled water. It also saves money because if you add up cases of bottled water versus just buying a filter or putting a filter on your sink, way cheaper. That was one thing that I did want to say and add to that because I think it's very important that people know that. Also, the other thing is if you're buying fruits and vegetables and they have seeds in them, save the seeds. I have literally grown carrots and potatoes and celery off of like cutting out. So I'll cut the end of them off, put them in water for a little bit. And as soon as that root hits, I just put it in the ground or put it in a pot. You don't have to overthink that, right? You could buy a hydroponic. I know we talked about the hydroponic things that you can put on your table. If even if you live in an apartment and you don't have a place to garden, you can use your window sills and just go get some little pots and stuff and just put those seeds in there and watch them grow and talk to your plants. And I'm telling you, when you talk to them, they'll grow. I'm so serious because they're a living thing. But you don't have to overcomplicate it. You could literally save seeds and start planting those things, and there's your free food right there. You don't even have to buy the seeds.
Yes,
Look,
ma'am. And like you mentioned earlier, I mean, it's just about being intentional about what you're doing and what your goals are. And you have to put things in perspective. I mean, if you want to eat healthy, then you need to set aside the time to meal prep or do what you need to do in order to eat those healthy meals. And there's always a way around things, like you mentioned about, saving the ends of your vegetables and growing them. Um, we just have to make the change. We have to make the change and we have to do it because that's what our body needs. And that's an awesome way to show love to yourself because you're taking care of yourself and you're putting better things in your body. And like you mentioned, it's not as expensive as we think it is. So, could you give us an example of like some healthy meals that a family could prepare on busy nights?
Okay,
It's not that
so
expensive.
yeah, yeah. So like one of the biggest staples in our house we love, and the kids love this, is ground turkey bowls.
Mhm.
Instead of ground beef, because a lot of times if you have like cholesterol or blood pressure or anything like that, inflammation issues, you want to kind of want to stay away. You kind of want to make beef like your every now and then type thing, like a steak or whatever. But we do a lot of chicken and ground turkey and certain seafood. So I would say ground turkey bowls are the easiest, and you can switch those around. You can put a base on them of like quinoa, some brown rice, and then do the ground turkey. And then you can mix it vegetables, whatever kind of vegetables. So literally, that's 3 or 4 different items, but you can switch it up. I know how I can show people how to make certain, like sauces to drizzle, like because I do all that homemade too,
Mhm.
and it's just staples. But you can even do so ground turkey bows, sheet pan chicken and veggies. So just if you're in a hurry, you can take some chicken, season it up real good, take your veggies, season those up real good, and just put them on a sheet pan, put them in the oven or the air fryer, whichever you prefer to use,
Mhm.
and you have dinner. Like, I mean, it's that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate simple, healthy meals. The ground turkey bowls, the sheet pan, chicken and veggies, and like shrimp and kale skillet with rice. Like, there's
Mm.
so many simple meals that you can make very quickly and in under 30 minutes.
That's awesome. Cook a nice healthy meal in under 30 minutes. That's the goal because people have busy lives and always have things going on. And that kind of goes in with the now method. Like you said earlier, people are wanting things fast and wanting things
Yeah.
quickly. So if you guys didn't get it, you might want to write those little recipes down or hit the replay button after the live so you make sure you get those recipes from Sherry.
absolutely.
I am
And
working on the book.
we do have a question in the chat here from Deja. Shout out to Deja for dropping this in the chat. She says, "What was the name of the filter at Sam's Club? Her 1 year old loves veggies and fruit, so meal prepping for her makes life so much easier."
Mm.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So we in the past we've used the Zero water filter. It's called Zero. And it has the cool thing about it, it has this little thing, it's about this long. It's a blue tester, and you can test it. If it says zero, it's good. If it's more than zero, then it's time to change the filter. But you can put that up against other bottles of water and things like that, and you'll see that there's a lot of stuff in there that we don't need to be putting in our bodies.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and I do want to add, I know this part is not about food, but it has to do with our bodies because I think it's very important what you're shampooing your hair with. shampoo and conditioner, and what you are washing your body with, and the type of lotion that you put on your body. Because I know a lot of people use lotion. Everybody uses shampoo and conditioner and soap. That's really important too, because if you're, I don't want to put any companies out there, but it starts with a B and works. Um, but a lot of people love that. A lot of people love the candles, the lotions, the all of that. That's actually really toxic. And so your skin is the largest organ on your body. So you have to go, ooh, is this good for my body? Like putting the lotion on and putting the shampoo and conditioner. It needs to be non-toxic, preferably plant-based, because I know back in the day, a lot of people used. There's a little plant, I can't remember the name of it right now, but if you squeeze it, you can literally squeeze this plant and liquid comes out and it turns into foam, and you can use it for like shampoo, body wash, and what have you. It smells really good. But I do like to tell people that, like, anything down to even burning candles. If you're burning candles, burn a beeswax candle because it helps with the toxins in your air. Put plants in your home because it helps with the toxins. Like snake plants help with, they pull the toxins out of your air. Snake plants do. So if you can get a snake plant, if you burn candles, please do beeswax, because a lot of times those toxins are going into your air and you're breathing that in. And even though you don't smoke, you can give yourself lung cancer, like kind of like secondhand smoke, but you can give yourself lung cancer by having all of those toxins in your home, like the plug-ins and the toxic candles that smell so good, and just the things that you're putting on your skin and on your hair and stuff. Like all of that stuff matters.
That's
That is
amazing.
really, you know, I do know. I was burning like an apple cinnamon candle from the company that shall not be named, and the husband kept sneezing. He was literally having like a sneezing fit. So I had to stop getting those candles because it was actually causing more problems.
Yeah.
So I can testify that what she's saying is absolutely right with the toxins and just things that just not so good for your health. Well,
That's crazy. I
right.
mean, I'm literally just thinking those are things that you don't think about. You don't think about, if is this lotion going to harm me? Is this soap going to harm me? Or shampoo. You're thinking that those things are safe, but I thank you for your information because I definitely didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And
It'll save you
I
money
know,
too.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Queen?
It'll save you
uh,
money too.
go ahead, Sherry. I'm sorry.
She said it'll
Uh,
save you money.
Absolutely. And I was just saying that Monica dropped a question in the chat. She wants to know what protein shake she can use to replace a meal.
Oh, okay. So I am really big on affordable, but also healthy for you, because there are a lot of protein shakes out there on the market that have extra stuff in them that they shouldn't have in them. And so the ones that I use are plant based, and I do get those from Live Good. I can send you some pictures later, Monica, if you'd like, because they have
And
chocolate and vanilla, and y'all know I love me some chocolate milk. So
mm. And where did you say you get them from, Sherry?
Double
Live
trouble.
Good.
But while we're talking about also faith and stewardship, I also want to ask you, Sherry, we know that there's a mindset shift that has to happen, right?
Hmm.
How do you tie that in with obedience and stewardship when it comes to changing that mindset around diet? Like, how did you make that shift?
I literally had to tell myself that my body is God's temple. And I ask myself before I put anything in my body, would God put this in his body? I literally do. Because yes, I want the chocolate cake, and it's okay to do it in moderation, but like all the time, every day, fast food all the time, every day, Starbucks all the time, every day. Would the Lord do this? Like, is this good?
Mhm.
Would He make this decision? I literally have to tell myself that, and the more that I did it, the more that I did it, the more that it was easier for me to just say no, to say no. And it takes 21 days to create a habit. 21 days is not even a month. You
Hmm.
create that habit of just saying, I'm going to do better for myself, because yourself first. Like, this is my body is the temple of the Lord's. I'm going to do better for myself. I'm going to steward this body that the Lord gave me. I'm going to steward it well so that I can function well, so that I can also be able to function for my family well. Because if you can't function well, you can't function well for your family either.
Very true. Very, very true. All
It
right.
also,
And then we're going to start wrapping things up here, everybody, pretty soon. So if you have any more questions for Sherry, please drop them in the chat as soon as you can. Because, the queen's got things to do, right? We would love to stay on here with you for a little while longer, but, we very, very, very busy.
yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other questions you want to ask Sherry?
Let me think. Let me think. How can meal planning and intentional grocery shopping support both health and financial goals?
How can it help support health and financial goals?
Yes.
I think that I think, like I said earlier, it's all about intention,
Hmm.
right? And it's all about putting things, you got to put things into perspective. I think that it's best, and I don't always do it. I'm not going to lie to you, but I have it here in my head, but I don't always do it. It is best to sit down every week or however often you go shopping and make a list. Do not go over what you have on that list. Have those recipes in mind ready, like, this is what I'm getting, this is what I'm cooking, this is it. Even your desserts or whatever, because like I said, those can be healthy too. Because if you do it that way, and if you plan, like I said earlier, if you plan, you'll be able to save money that way. Because a lot of people impulse buy. They're like, oh, look at this, this looks good, this sounds good. Don't go to the grocery store hungry.
No, no, honey, you would leave with all kinds of extra things in your cart.
Mhm. Yeah, and just be intentional about what you're getting. Because I will say, I have in the past, I had a bad habit of just like, I'm just going to go through all these aisles and just get whatever, and not have, but I'll have my recipes here. um Now, I used to not have them here. I used to have to write everything down, but because my husband's like, do you even know what you're getting? And I'm like, I have recipes here in my head, so I know what I'm getting. And I keep a lot of staples in my pantry. So, like, if you can go to Sam's, because their stuff is sold bigger and in bulk, it does save money. But like your seasonings and things like that you can make various items with, I keep a stock of that in my pantry so that I can home make things instead of having to buy them. Because, like, the less ingredients, the better. And if you can't pronounce some of those ingredients, you don't need them. But it does. It saves
I'm
money.
right there. Drop some gems in the chat for that. If you can't pronounce the ingredient, then you
Don't
don't
need
need it. Oh, no, truer words have never been spoken.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-mm, don't need it. Don't need it. I think I saw a question in the chat from Nita Jones. Planting in an apartment. Any suggestions?
Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, so one thing that you can do is, if you can get a hydroponic planter, that would be awesome. Like, if you can. If not, I literally get pots. From first, I start with the little the pots that you can put in the ground. But you can, when you bring them in your apartment, you can put them in. I think they're like biodegradable. So
Hmm.
you take the biodegradable pots and you put them in another pot, and you plant your seeds in there, and just kind of put them by your windowsill, and make sure they're facing the sun, make sure they get plenty of sun. If you don't have, like, I know some people's apartment windows don't face the sun. So if you don't, you can literally go on Amazon and buy one of those plant lights. They're really super inexpensive, and just put the plant light over it and just help it grow.
That's awesome. I was looking into a hydroponic system a while ago, And they just seem like they're so awesome because you've
Yeah.
got everything right there and it's growing. You got your lights, and they definitely do have the small ones. You can get different sizes and you can sit them on your counter. So that's something you can look into. And they always have sales from time to time on those systems.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Absolutely. And then we have a statement from Tanisha Brown here. Let's see here. Says,
It's,
my problem is having a list,
mhm.
following the list when she gets to the store, and then she's seeing a lot of things that's on sale, and then she starts purchasing. That's a real life problem.
Yep.
It is. It is. I mean, you see those things on sale and you're like, let me go ahead and try this out.
Mhm.
Again, it comes back
You,
to intention, right, Sherry? So
mhm.
how can Tanisha, stick to the original list that she went to the store with versus seeing the clearance things on sale, or is it the opportunity for her to pivot and maybe be able to now incorporate those sale items into now her grocery shopping experience?
I mean, if it's on sale and it's good for you and you can incorporate it, I would definitely get it, even if it's not on your list. But if it's something that you can incorporate into your food, absolutely. Like, especially if it's on sale, I love a good sale. But if it's not and it's not good for you, then this is where mind over matter comes in, and you literally have to tell yourself, like, would Jesus buy that? Would he buy that? I do that, y'all. I'm like, would Jesus buy that? Would he make that purchase?
Mm.
Probably not.
Absolutely. Moving with attention. We had a running joke going on in Queens in Prayer. This is our prayer group for those who are newer to Tips and Tea Live. And because Sherry is our wellness health coach, she like do this, not that, our go-to. And literally, I would go to the refrigerator and I'd be like, "Uh oh, what would Sherry do?" It's Sherry at
Hey.
home,
That is so
waving her
funny.
finger at me right now. WWSD, what would Sherry do?
That is funny.
Hey, you might have to get you a shirt, WWSD.
Hmm. Well, Sherry, we're gonna start wrapping it up pretty soon here. So I just want to ask you, for one, how do you feel as though God has used your journey to help others?
Whew, man, it's definitely been a struggle. I won't lie. Um, but through those struggles, God has really taught me discipline and compassion. Um, just all those things that happened in our family that tried to break us, it actually built us. Um, and now I just really I would love to share what I've learned over time, because I love doing research. My best friend calls me a research guru. Um, but I love to do research on a lot of things that are helpful for us, whether it be, mind, body, soul. Um, but I do love to share what I've learned, because if I share what I've learned, it helps someone else not have to sit there and try to figure life out and figure out how to do the research and where do I find this at. And it's just I feel like the Lord has used me for that purpose. Like, here, I'm giving you these tools, share them with others, so they don't go crazy trying to look things up and trying to research, not knowing what they're doing. Or and I really love that. Like, when someone asks me a question, I'm like, ooh, let's find the answer to it. Let's find an easier way.
That is awesome. Paying it forward, just helping others. That's what it's all about. And Sherry, what kind of encouragement would you give someone that's struggling physically, emotionally, and spiritually?
Ooh, yeah, don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit in the middle. This is what I like to call the middle, the messy middle, because the middle of whatever you're going through is messy. So don't quit in the messy middle, because God does his best work right there. Like, he meets you right there and he does his best work right there. So just take the next step, and being, overall health and wellness for your body. It can be a scary thing, because you don't know what you're doing. Like, you truly don't know. And it can be a scary thing, but don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your loved ones. Do this for you. Your body is, you have one body. God gave us all one body. And we get this chance to steward our body well. And when we're well, we can steward everything else well, like our finances, things in our family. We have to keep, and I had to tell myself that a million times. Like, I have to steward my body well. I have to keep myself well because I have two people in my household that have a chronic illness. So if
Mm.
I'm no good, who's going to help take care of them, And so I just don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. Your body is worth it. You're worth it. And the Lord woke you up for another day. Each day is a chance. Each day is a new day to be able to steward yourself and your finances well.
Amen to that. All things new.
Absolutely. And yes, I
Don't give
think we
up on
forget that
yourself.
stewardship is not just being responsibly financially, it's also a form of being healthy because that all ties in together, right? Being healthy is a form of stewardship because, like Sherry mentioned, our bodies are a gift from God. And when you go back to scripture, it continues to teach you that your bodies are temple. Like she's been saying all throughout this live, that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit and it belongs to God. It's not just for us. We're not just put here just for our own selfish purpose. Our attention, our purpose here is to be here for each other. So caring for them, caring for your body is truly honoring what God has created you for.
Amen to that.
And I will say, if you read in the scriptures, a lot of miracles were created using food. Like when God created the miracle of the loaves and the fish, when he turned, when he turned the water into wine. Like a lot of things were created, miracles were created using foods. Like it's just it's a miracle. Food can let food be thy medicine. Let food be thy medicine.
That sounds like a challenge. That sounds like a challenge that Sherry is issuing right there. She's saying, let the food be the medicine. So we want to drop in the chat, everybody. What is one healthy habit you all want to start? At least starting this week, next week. What's one habit that you want to start? If you need to drink more water, if you want to commit to just stewarding your health better, what's the one thing that you want to start and you want to work on? So if you want to share that in the chat because your declaration and your testimony is definitely going to help somebody else, feel free to drop that in the chat.
I know one habit I'm going to start picking up is I'm going to start reading the labels on my shampoo, my conditioner, lotion, because I love a good lotion. I love a good smell good. So I need to make
Mhm.
sure that those things that I love are not being toxic to my body and not causing me any additional issues.
There is an app, I believe it's called the Yuka app.
Hmm.
I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on it, but if I can remember it, I'll drop it, or if somebody knows it. But it's called the Yuka app. You can scan the back of the labels, and it'll tell you, and you will be shocked. Because if it's in a red zone, like a orange or yellow red zone, you don't want it. But if it's in the green, then you're good to go. But that app will actually tell you what the ingredients, if it's good or bad.
Thank you for that, Sherry. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to declare that I'm going to start my day with walking. So in the morning, because I've been putting it on my daughter to walk the dog. I'm going to get up in the morning right after prayer and just take the dog for a walk before it gets too hot in the day. Just start the day with walking and, having that conversation with God when I walk. And that way I'm starting my day off way better, right? So definitely moving with attention on that. And we have a couple of comments in the chat. Shout out to the Tips and Tea Live audience. Deja
Let's
says she's
go.
workout routine. Nita says she's gonna go buy a plant.
I know that's
No,
right,
that's
Nita.
what I
I am
Yes.
the queen.
Oh, speaking
Tanisha says she's
speaking
gonna
of
work out
Newman.
more. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that Tanisha said she's gonna work out more, and then Monica says she's gonna cut out the clear. Oh, she's gonna cut the Deer Park water she eats every day. More protein that's good for her.
Oh, I see somebody downloaded the Yuka app. And it's crazy that we're talking about this because not too long ago, I was sending messages and I came across a fitness coach. And I have been talking back and forth with her, and I'm supposed to start my fitness journey the second week of March. And she's going to help me with nutrition and also workout plans. So, shout out to Queen Dominique Thomas from California.
Let's go.
Hey, it's always good to have an accountability partner for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
But I did want to send a shout out because you said Nita's name. Oh my goodness. Listen, she had came to me a while back and was like, "Hey, can you help me with a meal prep plan?" And I did. And I don't know what all she did. I know that I had been following her journey, and oh my gosh, I just want to shout her out and tell her how proud of her I am because I've been watching her journey, and she's lost weight. She's in there doing Pilates. Her foods are good because I know she struggled with some things, and so I was like, I just want to help her the best that I can. But I it's not me. It's when you how Destiny says, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is
Right.
power. So what Nita did was she applied whatever all the things that she had available to her. She applied those things to her life and is man, she's killing it. I love it. I just wanted to shout her out because I love seeing people do that and better themselves. It's great.
Let's go, Queen. Let's go, Nita Jones.
Yes. Shout out to you, Miss Nita. And for those who want to connect with Nita more, she does do a Reset Sundays where she's
Mhm.
talking about travel, wellness, spiritual faith, just all the things that's overall wellness for you as well. So Nita has a live on Sundays. I believe it's 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m.
I
Eastern.
believe
Nita,
so.
drop that in the chat for me. I always mix up the times because I still be on the church service on Sunday, so I miss it, but I catch the replay. If you want to catch her live, definitely tune into Nita's Facebook as well. Well, Sherry, is there any parting words that you want to leave with the Tips and Tea Live audience that, while you've been on this journey, what's helped you and your family? Anything else you want to add in?
I just want to add that prayer, scripture, devotional helps so much along in this
Hmm.
journey, and I know that it'll help you in yours. Just don't ever leave the Lord out of it because, like I said, He is the one that has given us all of these things to enjoy. He's given us our bodies, and wants us to be able to steward them well. So just don't ever leave, prayer and scripture and devotionals out of that, and just ask the Lord. If you're trying to seek any kind of guidance, just ask the Lord. What is it? Where is it that I need to start? Where would you like me to start, Lord? And He's going to show you. He's going to show you exactly where He wants you to start in your journey because not everybody's journey is the same. And just take your time. Just please don't quit because the middle will get messy. Like I said, just call it the messy middle. But just don't quit because you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to have a healthy journey and a healthy lifestyle and to be able to steward your body and your finances well.
Yes, ma'am.
For that.
And to our
Go ahead.
audience out there and anyone watching, if you are ready to store your finances intentionally as your health, we are offering $50 off of our credit repair program and a free financial analysis because wellness includes financial peace as well. Type restore in the chat if you want the details.
Absolutely. And then also, everyone, just know that your body is your temple and it's not an afterthought. Nutrition is supporting mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness, right? And stewardship includes health and finances. It's both. It goes hand in hand. So small daily choices definitely create long-term transformation. Like Sherry said, it starts with one small habit, one small thing that you can focus on, and then you can build from there. So, Sherry, we just want to say thank you again for just sharing your faith, your journey, and your wisdom with us tonight today. And your strength and compassion is truly inspiring and amazing, Queen.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I will say one more thing. I wasn't going to, but I will because I guess the Lord is just like, just give it a little push. Um, I, along with another person, I don't know if she wants to be named or not, but she's been helping me because I'm busy, busy, busy. But I have been in the works of creating a. I'm creating a cookbook. Very simple recipes, but it's a faith. It's a little bit different. The book is going to be a little bit different than a lot of the cookbooks that you'll see out there because it's a faith based cookbook. But it will be available first in digital format.
Mhm.
And so, as soon as that is finished, it is literally almost finished. So, as soon as it's finished, I will drop that out there. But I just wanted to offer something that was a little bit easier for people to use and just having that having some prayers and scriptures and things like that throughout the book I think will help also whenever you're in the midst of cooking because I've never had that before and I thought I think this would be really cool to have.
That is awesome.
Yes,
Yes, definitely share that with us. I would love to get that myself. Thank you so much, Sherry.
Thank
yes, and
you.
congratulations, Queen, for not gatekeeping because she was telling us shh earlier. She said, "I'm just gonna say." I was like, "Oh, she gonna say it?" Because I was like, "Well, I don't know why she don't want to say anything, everybody." Because Sherry is truly amazing what she does, and she's like I mentioned, she sent us so many amazing recipes that not only have changed the lifestyle in my household, but so many other people in our team and in her circle and her church family. Just she touches so many lives through the love of cooking, right? And through the spirit of wellness and just wanted everyone's overall being to be better, right? Because we don't want to keep poisoning ourselves and including all these toxins. So just thank you, Sherry, for sharing that. And we're looking forward to you dropping that. Definitely let us know when you do. I'll make sure I share it all over my social media page as well.
I appreciate it. I do want to say let's not leave the men out though either. Health and wellness for men is important too, and so is their mental health. I never want to leave the men out because I know when a lot of people talk about health and wellness, most of it's geared towards women, but there are a lot of good foods and a lot of good supplements and a lot of good recipes out there that are strictly geared towards certain things that men struggle with. And I can also help with that too. I didn't want to leave the men out. I don't want them to be like, this ain't just a women's platform. So, but there are a lot, but going through that with my husband and my son, I know what to do in that aspect too. So I didn't want it to be like just geared towards us. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
at all. Because, sir, gentlemen, y'all can grow them plants too in the window in the house.
Yeah.
Yes, honey. Keep those little window gardens going, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can do it too. This is what is it? There's no gender discrimination here. Both
No,
sides can do it.
no, 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 no.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you again, Miss Sherry. We definitely appreciate you joining the live. You brought so many gems. You all, please drop some fire in the chat for Miss Sherry Landrum for coming in and just sharing her journey, what's working for her, how she had the mindset shift, and just how she continues to put God in the forefront for her and her family. So please drop some fire in the chat for Miss Sherry. Anything you want to add, C, before we close out?
Let's see here. Just want to thank you, Sherry, for coming on. You definitely have reminded us that stewardship isn't just about money; it's about caring for the life that God has entrusted us with. And we just appreciate you being here with us.
Thank y'all so much. Thanks for having me. It's such an honor. I could not wait whenever you asked me.
No problem. We are blessed to have you here with us. And for everyone out there that's listening, if you know someone that you feel like this live could help, please tag them, share the live, and don't forget to follow us on our YouTube channel, Tips and Tea Live.
All right, lovely, love it. Okay, we're closing out, everyone. We might have to do a part two, Sherry. I said that we was not gonna
I
be able to
feel it
get.
coming on. I feel it coming on.
I know.
We might have to do it. You all drop some encouraging words in the chat too if you want to see a part two from Miss Sherry Landra. So thank you again, Queen, and then we'll see you all next week.
Next Tuesday, everybody have a blessed week.